So what are the 3 best productivity tools for us to use to really utilize our time? Now, the first one is just phenomenal. It's called Better Touch Tool. And the reason that I think it's so brilliant is because it just saves so much time on just stupid little tasks. So going to Evernote, clicking on it, then clicking search, and then having to type everything in, to me, is just wasting time when I do it so often, all the time. Instead, I can do a 3-finger click up and I'm immediately in Evernote and I can search anything I like. I can close Windows just by a 3-finger swipe down, and I can open Google Chrome just with a 4-finger tap. Those are just a few examples of the commands that I send Better Touch Tool, which allows you to control different applications. And because you're controlling these different applications using your trackpad, it allows you to save tiny bits of time throughout your day. Now this compounds to saving an hour, 2 hours every week, because what we tend to do when we're slow and tired near the end of the day is it takes us much longer to do these sorts of things. So you can imagine that if you have the ability to quickly check on something, or a 3-finger tap and it opens your Dropbox immediately, you have access to these things that a lot of people will take a lot of time to do. So for me, Better Touch Tool is a must that you have to download. Number 2 is OmniFocus. Now, OmniFocus for me has been a lifesaver, because I've had these other apps that I've used like Trello and Basecamp, and I've used all the different Scrum systems, but I couldn't find something that could manage my business and my time and all the other things that I had to check on. So OmniFocus for me is just the congregation of everything that I need. It's got calendar, it manages my energy, and it manages my time and all the different projects I have on. The reason that I think it's so great is because we are at a time now where we can access anything from anywhere. And this means that there are 2 things that we have to manage, and that is our time and our energy. So with this in mind, if I look into OmniFocus, how I manage my time is I can break the tasks down into how long I think they're going to take. So a short dash, for example, could be 5 to 10 minutes. So if I know I've got 5 to 10 minutes before my next meeting, I can quickly click on a task, and it allows me to quickly complete that, move on and be productive in the time that would be wasted if I started a bigger task that then I'd have to go back to and wouldn't be able to finish in time. With regards to focus for me is focus time, so I need an hour to complete this task. And then you may have a task that could be brain dead. So for me, brain dead is where I can no longer concentrate and I need something to do now because my energy levels are very, very low. Brain dead is something like watching a YouTube video or a tutorial on something, perhaps an educational film, and this allows you to manage your energy much better. When you're looking into your energy, often what happens is we go into these segments through our days where we have high energy, low energy, high energy, low energy. So to have a tool that allows you to work on the correct tasks to suit your energy is just something that has had a profound effect on the amount of tasks that I get done during the day. The last thing about OmniFocus that I love is the simplicity of adding new tasks and having a brain dump. So if you look at GTD, which is getting things done, and other methods of productivity, we find that we need to get everything out of our brain. If you read The Organized Mind, what happens is we have a certain amount of decision-making capabilities in the day. And if you waste a lot of time on these boring tasks where you have to make mini decisions and keep things in your head, and you don't externalize it, so onto a system, onto a to-do list, onto paper, then you're using a lot of your brain capacity instead of using something where it's going to be fully utilized. So with this in mind, the brain dump on OmniFocus is just writing down a bunch of tasks that you know you need to do, personal, business, anything. And then you can assign them to the correct project and give them the energy and how much time you think it's going to take. So that's generally speaking the context. And for me, this has transformed my productivity because I have everything in one place and it's incredibly easy. It's slightly expensive, so it's £40 at the moment for the Mac app and £30 for the app on your phone. I think it's a no-brainer for me. So if you are going to go into this, have a look at the tutorials and find out if it's something that you really want to do for you, because we all have our own systems. So even though I'm recommending a couple of things today, I want you to look at the alternatives as well and find something that suits you. The last app is called Flux. Now, Flux is a pretty simple app. I'll explain it quite quickly. What happens is it just dims the lighting on your screen so you can sleep better at night. Now, the reason this is important is because a lot of us, we check our screens before we go to bed, and this means that we don't give ourselves a proper night's sleep. At least when you're using Flux, your screen's brightness is going to dim so that you can have a good night's sleep. Having a good night's sleep has so many benefits if it's for another video, but being able to really utilize Flux is of fundamental importance if you are to keep your productivity to a high throughout the day, and then for you to have a good night's sleep to then start early in the morning. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you.